Chinese McDonald's.
Yeah.
好喝吗？好喝，甜。Last weekend, we were fully booked to take foreign travelers for Beijing's local experience. But here's the tricky part. We had travelers from Malaysia and the US who eat halal, plus a vegetarian from New Zealand. How do you actually arrange something that works for everyone? But don't worry, when one local restaurant doesn't cut it, it's time to head to the local market. With so many food stands, there's something for everyone to discover and enjoy. So our first stop, the local market food tour. The English translation is a bit funny. It says world of raw material, but really, it's fresh market where only locals know about. It stretches over 1.2 kilometers and has all kinds of snacks, fresh fruits and veggies, meats, desserts, and even random services like haircuts and manicures. So how did our travelers feel about it? To be honest, we weren't sure at first. It's definitely not a fancy restaurant where you sit down and get good service. Here, you'll see things like even cutting the fresh fish. But that's the real, authentic side of life in Beijing. So we decided to give it a try and see how they'd react. And it turns out they love it. Even though we were standing in the aisle, eating and sharing food, it was so much fun. For example, the hot steaming meat cake, often called a Chinese hamburger, was a big hit with the two girls from the US. Another friend who's fluent in Chinese grabbed herself a cup of fresh sugarcane juice and couldn't stop talking about how refreshing it was. And Jamie, our vegetarian friend from New Zealand, found a potato cake she liked and even paid it by scanning a QR code, just like Beijing locals do every day. Our halal traveler loved the Xinjiang baked bun. The crispy outside and the juicy meat filling inside were so satisfying. He said it's a bit messy, but so good and I'm so full right now. I think markets like this carry so many memories for locals. I can still remember my dad carrying me on his shoulders to the market to buy my favorite snacks. And look at now, the food delivery guy even uses hoverboard to travel faster and deliver more orders. But it wasn't just about the food. What really touched our travelers was the kindness of the locals. One seafood vendor told our friend to come closer and check out the stand, and a little boy even offered to take pictures for us and share. That's the kind of thing you can only experience when you travel like a local. So in the end, it wasn't just a food tour, it was a real taste of local life in Beijing. After having tons of fun and tasting a wide variety of street food options during the market tour, we arrived at a highlight of the day, the calligraphy experience. What comes to your mind when you think of Chinese calligraphy? Have you ever seen David Beckham's Chinese calligraphy tattoo? 生死有命，富贵在天. It shows how its beauty resonates far beyond China. This part of the activity was all about immersing ourselves in one of the most elegant and timeless aspects of Chinese culture. Chinese calligraphy is much more than just writing. We had the privilege of learning from a true master of the art, a Beijing-based calligrapher with decades of experience perfecting his craft and teaching. The experience was thoughtfully tailored, beginning with a fascinating introduction to the history of calligraphy, followed by a live demonstration. From the delicate pressure of the brush to the rhythmic flow of ink on rice paper, every moment felt like poetry in motion. The most exciting part of the activity came when it was time for the participants to create something personal, stunning calligraphy pieces, complete with master's signature red seal, making them truly one-of-a-kind keepsakes. These short yet profound sayings, known as 成语, reflect the beauty and depth of Chinese language. Some of the favorite choices include 饮水思源 means never forget where your blessings come from. 读万卷书，行万里路 read 10,000 books, travel 10,000 miles. 笑一笑，十年少 a smile makes you 10 years younger. 知足常乐 contentment brings happiness. Each participant walked away with a personalized masterpiece that served as a unique connection to Chinese culture. For many, this was the highlight of the day. Almost all of our travelers agreed that this was something they could never have imagined on their own, a glimpse into Chinese culture that was both meaningful and unforgettable. The trip ended in Zhongshan Park, a beautiful and historic park located right next to Tiananmen Square in the very heart of Beijing. Just when we thought the day couldn't get more interesting, we stumbled upon a famous matchmaking activity that takes place here once a week. It's one of the most unique traditions in China, where parents gather to find potential matches for their children. They write down basic information like age, profession, and hobbies on a piece of paper, place it on the ground, and begin chatting with others to find the perfect match. One of our friends from the US even became the star of the event when a parent jokingly warned him. It was a funny and heartwarming moment that had everyone laughing. This kind of authentic, real-life Beijing experience is something you just can't get when traveling on your own. From savoring street food in a bustling market, to creating personalized calligraphy masterpieces, and witnessing a tradition as unique as the matchmaking activity in Zhongshan Park. Every moment was packed with discovery, laughter, and connection, and our friends enjoyed it to the fullest.
我叫舒帆，我是美国人，我觉得都很好玩，我最喜欢的就是看那个书法家，对，他很有能力，很棒。
Will you recommend your friends to travel to China?
I'll recommend them to come to Beijing, to walk around parks like this one, to visit the Summer Palace in Tiananmen, but mostly to interact with the locals, 本地人、当地人。I think this is the best way to get to know China.
So, what about you? Ready to experience the heartbeat of a city like a true local? Join us and uncover a side of Beijing you will never forget.